My mother's in prison. She's doing 8 years. I just wanted to remind you that you have to remember the blessing that you have. You can go home. You can talk to your mother. You can wash your mother's feet. You could do things that I wish I could.
He was a gang member, locked up with nothing but time and a past full of pain. But in that cell, something happened. He didn't just find faith, he found purpose. This is the story of Ahkie Dawud, how Islam transformed his life inside prison, and how that same light reached someone no one saw coming, his own mother.
If you're a Muslim, Revert, did you know you special? No, like really special. Because when I tell you, my dude, that Allah done dug way deep in the bottom of the barrel to grab your boy up out of there, he went as deep as he can go. Brother, I had lost my stepfather when I was 14, and after I lost my stepfather, I went down a deep decline. I was in and out of juvenile, and then when I was 15, I got charged as an adult. I did a year and a half, came home, and then went right back and did another 5. I was gang banging to the fullest, robbing people, selling drugs, you name it, I was doing it. But I say you're special because you have to remember, bro. Like, if you grew up in the West like me, I'm from Arizona. All I knew about Islam growing up was, hey, these guys blow up buildings and stuff like that, you know, and they hijacked airplanes. Like, that's all I knew. So for Allah to present, like, to show me Islam inside of prison, you know, and in our prison systems, they're racist. And in our prison systems, Islam isn't viewed as an Arab religion. It's viewed as a black religion. Anybody that go to prison know what I'm talking about. But I just wanted to remind you guys that if your iman ever falls low, like, you know, I've been there, and you know you need to remember that Allah chose you because He believes that you can make it to Jannah. Remember that Allah only gives this deen to the ones that He loves. If you were raised by a single mother, you've definitely heard some harsh things come out of your mother's mouth. Now, may God bless all the single mothers around the world, because they try their absolute best and they're playing a role that God didn't create them for. If you were raised by a single mother, I'm here to inform you that, brother, you are highly emotional. And men are not supposed to operate off of emotions. Men are supposed to operate off logic, bro. Use your mind. Now, don't think that I'm here trying to look down on people. Brother, I'm speaking from experience. Men like me and you, when we face confrontation through other men, and another man says something that hurts our feelings, we erupt, we explode, because we were never taught how to deal with our emotions, bro, how to regulate our emotions. I grew up in gang culture. When somebody tells you something, you can't let it slide. You have to address it right then and there. Hey, bro calls you a bitch. Oh, I need that. Now, it's not the mother's fault. Because like I said, she's trying her absolute best to play a role that God didn't create her for, bro. That's why when she gets overwhelmed and stressed out, sometimes they turn it on us. And they take it out on us. Now, that's not right for the child. But women are emotional, bro. It's the man's fault for not being there. But I can't lie. Sometimes the fault does fall on the woman. Because some women are very evil, bro. Don't want to let their dads come around to visit the children. I always want to give them a hard time every time they do see them. In those situations, it is most definitely the mother's fault. If the father is making an effort to be there and provide for the child. If you're one of these people that struggles with dealing with their emotions, the first step is you have to figure out where the source of this comes from, which is childhood trauma. This requires personal reflection. Now, where I see people go wrong, myself included, is they begin trying to use this childhood trauma as a crutch, as an excuse to do the things that you do. Now, brother, you cannot do this. You have to eat these feelings, bro. You have to eat them. Now, when I say eat them, I don't mean bottle them down and keep them bottled up till it explodes one day. Nah, bro, you have to find an outlet, right, for your anger. This is why fathers put their sons into football, into boxing, into different things, so they have an outlet for their emotions. That's why some men become addicted to the gym. Now, if you're not a very active person, brother, walk. Just start walking. You'd be surprised what walking does for your mental, bro. When I was in prison, I used to just throw music on and walk laps. I wasn't even in prison in my mind at that time when I was walking. And anybody that's been to prison knows what I'm talking about. Now, this video is getting too long, so I will continue touching on this subject. But for now, heart this joint, save this joint, repost this joint. If you agree, comment agreed. And if you disagree, then comment why you disagree. You know, in Islam, the mothers are considered the backbone of the families, of the communities, right? They hold everything together. And I just wanted to remind all the brothers and the sisters that have mothers out there and fathers, cherish your mother, huh? And sister, please, because my mother's in prison. She's doing 8 years. I just wanted to remind you that you have to remember the blessing that you have. You can go home, you can talk to your mother, you can wash your mother's feet, you could do things that I wish I could. You know, but alhamdulillah, at least my mom's alive. But I can't even hug my mom. I haven't seen my mom since 2017 in person. The only type of communication we've had is calls that the prison allowed us to have, because I was in prison at the same time she was during some time. Me and my mom have both been in and out. So as a revert to you born Muslims and to other reverts, even though your mom may not be Muslim, you know the shade of paradise is under your mother's feet, bro. Don't forget the blessing that you have every day, because others aren't as fortunate as you. You know, I wish I could do some of the sunnahs that you guys can. You can wash the feet of your mother, huh? I can't. Inshallah, one day I will be able to. But you know, tomorrow isn't promised today, huh? And 2029 is a long way to go, bro. So, you know, please keep that in mind, bro. And hug your mothers, kiss them, and tell them how much you love them, bro. I just got off the phone with my mother. Wallahi, my mom just became Muslim. And Allah placed a Muslim on her yard. Because prior to that, when she took her shahada, there was no Muslim there. She took her shahada off of just hearing what I told her through the phone. And she accepted Islam. Remember, my brothers and sisters, we know the truth, huh? So it's up to us to live the truth. Please, for the sake of Allah, cherish your mothers and your fathers. Assalamu alaikum.